What is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new Pokemon Go news alert. Today we're going to be talking about why I think Pokemon Go is going to be absolutely massive when it comes out. Let's get right into it. So first off, there are a lot of people from different areas that are going to be able to get it. It's very accessible to everyone around the world, and cultural differences really aren't going to play much of a part in it, which with pretty much every other app and every other fad and every other thing, popularity, culture, and just general accessibility for whatever reason, licensing or whatever it is going to play a part in how many people are going to be able to get it. But in this case, it's licensed all around the world. Anyone with a smartphone can get it, and you don't need to invest a lot of money to get it. Moving on, I do think the audience that this app is going to have is absolutely unprecedented. I don't think any other mobile app is going to even compare to the amount of people that are going to be able to enjoy this app. There's all the 20-something business people that are just fresh out of college, getting into their business jobs, and they want to play Pokemon, but they don't want to invest all the money they have to into a handheld device. They don't want to be judged for carrying it around the office or whatever, and that's a fair point. I know a lot of you guys probably don't care about that, but there are a lot of people that are afraid of being judged in their work environment. So it's fair to say that just having a non-suspicious app that you can play on a sort of semi-regular basis during your coffee break or whatever is going to be pretty welcome. Then you have people like me that are going to put a lot of time into it no matter how good or bad it actually is. Finally, you have students of all sorts. That can mean college students, which I think is going to be very, very popular in college, because it's funny how when you transition from the high school judgment to college, you stop caring about that, and all of your friends and you just seem to have nostalgia for all the things you enjoyed as a kid. So there are a lot of people into Pokemon already, and I think that that's going to be very, very prevalent around college campuses. And finally, if you consider how popular Pokemon's been on elementary, middle, and high school campuses for a very, very, very long time, since the release of Red and Blue, since the release of the trading card game, you can definitely see why a more accessible version of Pokemon is probably going to be very popular among those crowds still. Basically, what I'm getting at here is that there is really no barrier to entry. You can get a smartphone that's pretty cheap that'll run the app, and it's going to be free to actually get the app initially. So overall, there's no reason why people wouldn't actually try it out and see if they like it. It's going to be at the top of the App Store. I guarantee it, the top of the Play Store, top of whatever other way you can get apps. It's going to be at the top of all of them, and it's free, so people are just going to keep trying it out and getting it and playing it with their friends and trading and catching Pokemon, capturing gyms. It's going to be a big thing, guys. Really, the fact is that the app is going to be very well made. It's not going to crash very often, and if it does, it's going to be fixed very quickly and generally have stability that you wouldn't normally expect among all of the different devices that are going to be playing Pokemon Go. Another reason why this app is going to be absolutely massive is that the gameplay works in cycles. Basically, what I mean by that is that you're trying to kick people out of a gym so you can take it over and then build it up yourself, and then people are going to kick you out of your gym and then you're just going to take it back over, and it's just a really big cycle. And that really lends itself to just getting better and better as best as you possibly can, then taking over a gym and then just continually doing it over and over again. And there's always going to be people that are new to the app or just getting into it or making better teams or coming to new areas, which means that there's always going to be new people to play with. All of that together really means that the app has everlasting replayability, and that's very important in mobile apps nowadays. I mean, even if you look at Supercell's games, Clash Royale and Clash of Clans, there's always going to be competition at the highest tier, and that's really lended itself to growing the community to be absolutely massive. And again, that's without the actual backing of a built brand, which Pokemon already has. Next up, we have that combat is very, very simple to learn but hard to master. And basically what I mean by that is that to actually get really good at the game, you have to get good at timing, you have to get good at seeing the moves before they actually happen and sort of reacting very quickly. But to start out, it really is a 4-button system, which is super simple to learn. Another reason why Pokemon Go is going to be huge is that right now we only know of the first generation, and they haven't really talked about any plans to add in future generations and future patches or in updates or anything like that, but we can rest assured that if the app is successful whatsoever, which it will be, that they will add in the future generations at some point. The fact that they can definitely add in updates to the app and that every couple of years they're going to have more Pokemon to be able to add to the app means that even when they get to the most amount of content they can possibly put into the game right now, eventually they're going to be able to add more to it. It's an everlasting cycle again, and it really means that people can always come back for more content at some point in the future. Next up, we have real life events, which is a crazy awesome concept and is very big with the Ingress community. So considering the Pokemon community is just infinitely bigger than Ingress at this point, I can only assume that Pokemon Go is going to have massive real life events, that there are going to be tournaments of some sort if they ever add in player versus player combat and stuff like that. With the whole raid idea, or whatever they actually decide to call it, it's going to be insane, guys. Real life events are going to be crazy, they're going to be all across the world, and they're going to be very popular. Finally, and possibly most importantly, you can say without a shadow of a doubt that you've definitely thought of a Pokemon MMO or real life Pokemon or something to that effect if you've ever been a fan of Pokemon at all. So this is basically a lot of the imagination and the dreams of a lot of Pokemon fans around the world all put together into an app. So this is basically the closest to real life Pokemon we're going to get. So this is a very big deal in that sense, and it's going to be bringing back a lot of people that might have put down the game a long time ago. But guys, that is going to be about it for this one. Hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you're as excited and hyped for Pokemon Go as I am, and hope to see you back here for the next Pokemon Go video in the near future. Till then, peace.